All right, here we go. Drone video. We are checking out a 16.88 acre property at the White Ranch project in northern Arkansas. Beautiful tract. It's heavily wooded. We're looking south over the property. That's the gravel easement road you see at the bottom there. As we look easterly right now, the property is on the right side of the road. And as we look back to the west toward the county road, the property sits on the left side of the road. So the property has about 300 feet of frontage on that road that we're seeing right there. And it goes basically directly to the south for almost a quarter mile. It's a big tract. It's got the private driveway that goes in a couple hundred feet. And then you have the cleared site, which is very private from the road. It's beyond the setback distance, so you could use that potentially for camping or potentially even building. You can read the basic property covenants out here. They don't affect most of our buyers, but you definitely want to be familiar with them. So there you can see the white Tahoe. That's parked on the site within the property. So we kind of zipped over the driveway, but it's a long private driveway. From the gravel road, the property slopes down as you get to the site. It looks, from what we can see here, it looks like the site is actually fairly level. And it's a good sized site that's large enough that you could get in with the trailer and still get turned around. And then the property continues quite a ways to the south from there. And there may be some other trails. I don't think there are currently any trails where you could drive a full-size vehicle all the way to the south end, but you could probably do that on a four-wheeler. So from where we just were, looking down at the site, as we mentioned, from the gravel road, as you drive down the driveway, the property is sloping down fairly gently, and then if you keep going beyond where the white truck is, it starts to rise up gradually, and then as you get to about the middle of the property, it levels off, and you have a big, wide, essentially level area toward the center of the property. Keep going south from there, and it slopes down again. And actually, the topo map shows a little creek bed on the south side, which we're sure is not a year-round creek, just probably a wet weather creek. It's actually named Pine Creek according to the map, but it looks like it begins just west of the property, so definitely not going to be a year-round creek. Right now we're basically flying southerly, looking down with the drone at the property. You can see literally thousands of mature trees on this property. The mixture of trees out here in this particular area is phenomenal. You do have the hardwood, the red oak and white oak. You do have some cedar, but you've also got some beautiful tall pine trees. If you've been looking for a property where you could potentially build a log cabin, pine is often a preferred choice for that, because you can get long, straight pine trees where you really can't get the length with the red oak or white oak that you can with a tall pine tree. The property would have to be paid for in full before you cut the timber, but in the meantime, your trees generally continue to get bigger and bigger, so the longer you wait to build your cabin, the more impressive it will be, essentially. This video was taken toward the end of the summer, so you can see some brown colors creeping into the leaves. This area is gorgeous. It's very private, very peaceful out here. It's rural, but it's in northern Arkansas. It's actually only about 15 miles from West Plains, Missouri, on the Missouri side, and that's going to be the largest regional town. Going southerly down into Arkansas, probably Salem, Arkansas would be the first small town you'll run into. That's going to be the county seat for this county, which I believe is Fulton County, Arkansas. Salem is pretty small, Salem, Arkansas. West Plains, Missouri is larger. And now we're flying back to the north. It's a heavily wooded property, which gives you a lot of privacy. If you look at the map, it almost looks like it's long and thin, but this is one of those properties where we would say it is fairly long, but it's not thin. It's about 300 feet wide. So on a wooded property, 300 feet wide, you can be every bit as private as you want to be from your neighbors. And now back to the cleared site right there. That probably was covered in green grass. You can still see some down there, but as we got later in the summer, of course, that grass started to turn brown. The deer population out here and the turkey population is phenomenal. These are called the White Ranch Tracts because they're just a few miles from the White Ranch Conservation Area, which is on the Missouri side, but it's within about 5 miles, I believe. And that actually gives you several hundred or maybe even several thousand acres of additional land, public land, that you can generally use for hunting and camping. A beautiful river runs through the conservation area, and you can fish, you can swim, you can canoe, all that good stuff. So, I mean, you could set up your camp or potentially your cabin on your own private acreage. Certainly you can hunt on your acreage out here, but then if you wanted to venture into that conservation land just down the road, you'd have that option as well. So, really nice setup. Check out the website at instantacres.com to see details on this. Complete owner financing on everything that we sell through the website. Look at that beautiful southern view from over the property. There you have it, 16.88 surveyed acres, Tract 12 at the White Ranch Project in Fulton County, Arkansas.